we're going to use this. Okay. We want to do this as easily as possible without having to keep looking at the other. I mean, we can keep looking at what we just did, but the whole point is to be a little faster. So 3/4. So we know that 1/4. We know that 1/4 was 0.25. So 3 of them. So it would be 25, 50, 75. So this is 0 and 75 hundredths. So 3 halves. Remember, you can look back, because in the first one you might have to look back a couple of times, but always try to look back at the simplest one, the 1/2, the 1/3, the 1/4, the 1/5, look at those. So 1/2, or just memorize those. That's the whole point. 1/2 is 5/10. If it makes it easier, you can also think about it as 50, like 50 cents, 50 hundredths. So you get 5/10. You get a whole, and then you get 5/10. And then if you add another, you get a whole. And if you add another, you get 1 and 5/10, or 1.5. If you need to see that, you get 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. That gives you that 1.5. 0 and 5/10, 0 and 5/10, 0 and 5/10 is 1 and 5/10. All right, even here. Now this is like, whoa, okay. Let's just memorize the 1/5. Remember, 1/5 is 0.2, or 0.20 if you prefer. So 2 of them, 0.2, 0.2 is 0.4. Remember, you'll be doing all this in your head. So this is actually -6, that's the whole, 0.4. Let's do it again. 2/3. Well, 1/3 is 0.33333 repeating. So 2/3 is 0.66 repeating. 0.666666. So this is 8 wholes and 66 repeating, or 0.666666. So 3/10. So remember that 1/10 is just 1/10, right? So 3/10 would be 3/10. So this is -8 and 3/10. I'm going to box these answers. Okay, almost finished. The only thing I would add is that on this original one, I could have shown you 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. Gives you 0.75. Okay. So you're going to get much better and much faster doing this. You're not going to have to write all this down. You're just going to be able to write down the answer. That's the point, is I want you to be able to write down the answer without doing all this. But this is your thinking. So let's compare rational numbers with baseline fractions. So this one's cool. Let's keep this right here. 6 3/8. Oh man, okay. 3/8. So 1/8 was 0.125. So 0.125, 0.125, 0.125. So that gives me 250 and 375. So this is actually 6.375. Remember, this was 375. And obviously, well, let's put the zeros in case you need them. Obviously, this one's larger. The 6 3/8. Okay. Now we know that 1/3 is 0.33 repeating. That means forever. So we know that 2/3, that bar means it keeps going, is 0.66 forever. So this is really 5.6666666666. This is really just 5.66. It doesn't repeat forever. So this one will keep going. This one on the right will be zeros. So the 5 2/3 is actually larger because this continues with zeros, this continues with sixes. Okay, so let's look at this next one. Negative 0 3/300, we can leave that there. Negative 3/8. Oh man. So negative, well, I'll just put 0.125 first. So 1/8 is 0.125. 2 would be 250. And then 3 would be 0.375. So this is negative 0.375. And this is negative 0 3/300. Remember, we just need a common amount of place values. I'm going to put a 0 here. So 330 and 375. This is larger. But this is the larger negative, which actually means it's less. Bigger negatives are further to the left, so remember they're less. So negative 8 5/10. Negative 8 over 5. Ooh, I don't know what I'm saying. There's a lot on this video. And negative 9 over 4. So fifths. So 1/5 is 0.2. And then it goes 0.4, and then 0.6, 0.8, 1 whole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 3 more to go. 1 2/10, 1 4/10, 1 6/10. So this is actually negative 1 6/10. This, okay, so 0.25. So we go, I'm just going to write this first. 50, 75, 100. So I'm going to put my decimals. So 25, 50, 75, a whole. 1.25, 1.50, 1.75. Let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, a couple more. So this is 2 wholes and 2.25. So this is negative 2.25. So we don't even have to think too hard about this. Negative 1 and negative 2. This is the larger negative, which means it's less. That means that one is more. The one on the left is more. So negative 8/5 is larger than negative 9/4. Now before I let you go, you don't have to do all this writing. You don't have to do all this writing if you just know how to multiply. So 1/4 times 0.20 is 0.25. 3 of them would be 0.25, 0.50, 0.75. You could have just wrote it. 3 halves is 0.5 or 0.50. So 50 cents, $1, $1.50. You can just write that down. If you prefer the 0, you can write the 0. The whole point is that you're going to get tired of doing all of this repeated addition. So you will eventually just start doing it in your head. And that is the whole point. Is I don't want you to do all this writing forever. I want you to just be able to do this very quickly in your head. So thank you.